What we're seeing is the Olympics being weaponized as a political tool. And we got to think of the context as well, because they're the Olympic Games. France just had an election. The UK just had an election. And the United States right now, they're in the middle of a US election. So the Olympics are always sort of prone to kind of political interference to some degree. And this is what we definitely saw through the audience data that we were able to pull. So my name's Alex Huot. I'm the founder of Share Voice AI, and I've been working with Audience, since 2013, I guess right after the London 212 Olympics. So it's been some time. And so my background is, I come from the International Olympic Committee. I introduced social media to them and grew their audience size by 75 million subscribers, which is quite a big deal, and created these multilingual communities. So not just in English, but all over the world, expanding the reach quite dramatically. So at Share Voice AI, we really focus on going deeper into insights, deeper into data, pulling the audience data and feeding that into AI. And this helps us really to carve a pathway forward that is different than what's been happening in the past. So I think in this day and age, in the age of AI, if you're not ready for disinformation, misinformation, you can have a big problem. And so we began to track the disinformation, misinformation on the Paris 2024 Olympics last year. And we have seen a progression, how it's evolved. So it began really with hoaxes. There were hoaxes that were done, meant to discredit the International Olympic Committee, meant to discredit the organizers of the games. You have it then impacting athletes like Iman Khalif. The B-girl Ray Gun also was impacted because of things around them. Iman Khalif was the gender controversy, and Ray Gun was her performance as a breakdancer at the Olympics. So when we look at the data, pulling audience data in real time, we begin to understand who's saying what, where it's being said, when it's being said, and we're able to break out clusters to then really see and discover how polarized the conversation is around all of these topics. Sure. So we began tracking this about a year ago. We began tracking what were hoaxes to actual fake news stories, fake docuseries that have been posted right up to the event, where, once the competition started, the opening ceremony started, we saw more and more disinformation, misinformation online. And so we turned to Audience to dissect those conversations on social media, and we began to see a very polarized world. We saw, to the left, to the right, and everybody had a different point of view. But from that spun a lot of memes, a lot of things that were put out there organically, not organized, but really quite organically. So the audience data really helped us to be able to respond to some of these things that were happening. With Audience, one of the things I love to do is data for good. And so we built together a tool called sponsorseeker.org. And there it's a place, it's a destination for athletes to get to know their psychographic data. It's the first of its kind. It's never been done before. There's over 5,000 Olympians on Sponsor Seeker. And it's really meant to uncover the passion points and the interest, not just the followers, but not just their data. It's really like, what do they like? And this is really meant to strengthen the hand of athletes when they're creating content or when they're pitching for new sponsors. I think the audience tech is essential, and it's really, you need it. The question to ask yourself is, am I serious about tackling this problem? Because what we talked about is the Olympics, but there's events happening all the time. In the case of the games, we've got Milano Cortina, LA. The clock isn't going to stop. What you could do is you could see what the most complex events are and how people use different tech to kind of solve some of these problems we're talking about. And you need to make a choice. Like, if you're serious about it, get serious tech. That would be my thing. Don't just sit there and try to wing it, put your finger up in the air and go like, hey, where's the wind coming from? You really, really need to, go with what the pros are using. And Judd, looking at the color of my head here, the hair on my head, I've been around for some time, working in digital since 1996. And that's why even, after so many years, I'm still with Audience, because they pack a punch.